This is a call to unite highly intuitive and action-oriented visionaries who are deeply concerned with what is going on right now and want to create a solution. We are seeing teenagers taking their own lives from such a young age. There's an epidemic of painkillers, unethical government mandates, lack of basic health knowledge in the home and in communities. We see children being fed processed foods from birth and then being put on medications for behavioral issues that those foods caused. There's no acknowledgement currently given to the tie between emotional trauma and disease. Natural health options are missing in doctors' offices. Adults are suffering with mental health issues with inadequate support, and many people are watching their own parents be mistreated by the medical system. In fact, one of our students recently shared with us, "Big Pharma killed my parents and they're not even dead yet." The concerning part is the people in positions of power who could change these things are not solving it fast enough, or they're actually making it worse. We are a group of people fed up with authorities taking advantage of people's lack of health power, and we are committed to spreading holistic health education at a mass scale so that people can take that power back. And when I say take that power back, I mean throw your hands up in the air and say hallelujah because of how well you understand how your body works and what options people really have. This is my mother and I. On the left, her name is Karen. She goes by Zuzu, and my name is Amy. And I'm actually one of 10 kids. We grew up living holistically, so holistic nutrition was a huge part of our household and cooking family meals together. We used herbs to heal, Ayurvedic medicine, we saw the chiropractor, we learned about myofascia techniques as we grew up, and it was great to grow up that way. Illness was very rare, and when it did come to our household, we knew what to do about it. Now, my mother and I are dedicated to running an online international school of natural medicine, as well as running a 67-acre retreat center in beautiful Georgia. You are welcome to come to some of our events someday. There's nothing we love more than teaching people how their human body works and about the science behind natural healing. We also love hosting in-person events such as cooking retreats as well as certification weekends so people can come out here and gather together to learn all about that. Our role is to educate and connect people who love natural medicine and who want to make a difference, people with both medical and non-medical backgrounds. Our programs are for people who want to learn the science behind natural healing and get familiar with that terminology, be connected to a supportive online and in-person community so we can share resources and support, experience personal healing and growth, and then share best practices and protocols with each other as we co-create a new healthcare model. We specialize in holistic transformations. So what this means is we are looking at helping people heal from the inside out. When you can take care of people's vital organs, their skin gets better, their hair gets better, their hormones get better, everything else gets better. This is one of our students, Vanessa, and she said, before starting at HHE, I had acid reflux, anxiety, depression, headaches, a completely malfunctioning digestive system, psoriasis, and all these other health issues with pain to poor circulation, and she felt like she was stuck in fight or flight from her former job. Now, if she had gone to different specialists in traditional routes, they would have each had a different pill for her or a different thing for her to do, because that's what happens when you look so closely at each individual symptom. But actually, by stepping back and looking at how do you regulate the human nervous system and then heal the digestive tract, if people could just focus on these two systems, healing the nervous system and healing the gut, everything else changes. And that's exactly what happened for her. She said within 2 weeks of starting HHE's program, the acid reflux was gone and has never returned. The psoriasis on my scalp is completely gone and my circulation has improved. Anxiety and depression are now rare occurrences. She's now able to turn her attention to helping others, and she loves it. She says, I can make a living being a part of a mission that I love. There are hundreds of stories of students just like Vanessa, people who came into the program first to improve their own health, and then they were able to go on and help other people. I love this student as well, Jeanette. She said, after suffering with different health issues for years, I felt it was time to get educated on the functions of the body, such as nutrition and enzymes and amino acids. She got better, and now she gets to help other people too. So here's the roadmap that our students take. First, they improve their personal health with the 10-step program and through taking a personalized health assessment. I hear this all the time. They say, I want to help others heal, but I feel insecure about my own health issues. This is why we take our students through the 10-step program and tell them to focus on themselves first before they start worrying about other people. I love what one of our students, Cole, said. For so many years, I was so focused on serving others that I actually neglected my own health in the process. When I finally chose to prioritize my own health and learn what holistic living was really about, I can't believe how much better everything got, from my time to my finances to my happiness. You also might find things clear up that you didn't really expect. I love what Peter said. He said, my knee hurt so bad that it was excruciating to even press on the accelerator. I followed Karen's guidelines and successfully ran half a marathon without training or surgery. I haven't had this stamina or vitality of energy since high school. Eternally indebted. Thank you. We love you, Peter. The second thing we want to do is deepen your knowledge of the science behind natural healing, because this is actually a big issue. People are still calling natural medicine pseudoscience, and anyone who is still calling natural medicine pseudoscience has simply not encountered the scientific research nor had the biological mechanisms behind these techniques explained to them properly. I'm going to give you a few examples. One is sound bowls. Some people look at these things and they're like, oh yeah, that's some super nice hippie music. Either that or they just totally don't get it at all and think it's weird. But guess what, guys? Sound therapy mechanically alters your brainwave state. What does this mean? You can take someone experiencing anxiety because they are stuck in a high beta wavelength, and with the correct sound therapy, you can drop them into an alpha or even a theta, which is a super meditative, deeply restful state within 10 minutes of effective sound therapy. It's incredible. We hear this also said about essential oils. I've had so many guys be like, oh yeah, you guys think those crushed up flowers do anything? I'm like, oh, very interesting that the National Library of Medicine would have over 30,000 peer-reviewed articles referencing essential oils and the pharmacological compounds found within essential oils, some of which clinical research studies have outperformed their pharmaceutical counterparts. So if anything, these things are very powerful and we need to be taking them more seriously so that they don't get misused. Another example is Reiki. People look at Reiki healing and energy healing and sometimes they call that woo-woo, and it's just because they don't understand. I always explain to them, do you know the difference between the parasympathetic nerve activity and sympathetic nerve activity on each one of your organs, glands, and tissues? When you're in fight or flight and your body's releasing norepinephrine, it is sending a completely different set of instructions to your vital organs than when you're in parasympathetic mode and releasing acetylcholine. If you want someone's nervous system and digestive tract to heal, they have to reset their nervous system and reactivate greater parasympathetic nervous activity. So anyone who's putting you on a health protocol and not including emotional healing in that protocol, unfortunately, is a little stuck in the Stone Ages. This is why we put together the Human Body Master Guide, so that for over 225 different health concerns, you can go look up what different health professionals in all different backgrounds, medical doctors, naturopathic doctors, therapists, emotion code specialists, nutritional counselors, chiropractors, myofascial release specialists, infectious disease specialists, all these different types of health professionals have compiled their advice into one place so you can look up a health issue and hear from more than one person in one place. This means a great deal for us so that we could compile these protocols for you for gut health, anxiety, sleeping issues, constipation, heavy metal detoxification, autoimmune conditions, candida overgrowth, depression, adult ADHD, and you can even submit topic requests if we haven't already covered what you want to learn about. Here's the harsh truth, you guys. Millions of people are suffering right now without connection to these effective therapies because these therapies were removed from our medical model over 110 years ago and were never put back in. This is why our instructors at our school are so dedicated to teaching you everything they know so that you can go on and educate other people on how they can use this in their own life. I love what Lauren said. She said, I finally found what I have been looking for as a healthcare professional my whole career. This is exactly what I always wanted to do for people. So I'm so happy you found our program, Lauren, and I can't tell you how many other nurses and healthcare professionals I have heard that from. Now, the third thing we do is train and certify you so that you can responsibly and effectively help others make health transformations. It is no secret that the natural healthcare industry right now is booming. The COVID pandemic was the great awakening of the 21st century when it comes to realizing some of the hierarchies of power in our healthcare system. And a lot of people are now turning their heads to look at some natural modalities. Here's the thing though, there is a right way and a wrong way to practice natural medicine. The same way that medical doctors need training, natural health professionals need training, and we're looking for the people to train so that you can help other people practice natural health care safely. I'm going to give you an example. Someone might hear that in order to improve their thyroid health, they need to do a heavy metal detox, but you shouldn't just jump straight into a heavy metal detox. Our coaches are trained to make sure that someone's elimination pathways are open first with their colon, kidneys, and lymphatic system, and we have protocols for how to help each one of those. Then you help your client establish proper nourishment habits so that they can be sustained before and after a detox. You learn about how to titrate up and down on binders and then start a more rigorous detox protocol. So that's just one example, but I'm just painting the picture here that it does matter how you practice. And man, can this make a positive impact on your income? I absolutely love this practitioner, Becky, one of our graduates. She's a lifelong learner, holistic health practitioner and functional medicine practitioner. And she has studied at our school, among others, dedicated to finding these protocols for people that really work. And she said, I went from almost losing my practice to literally doubling my income. Why is she in such a high demand as a health professional? Because she has answers that other people do not have. So that's how you make your living in this field. You have answers for people that they are searching for. We also train you on how to develop your coaching skill set so that you can learn motivational interviewing, learn the legalities of how to run your practice, and also learn what are some other great tests you can run with your clients. We give you client handouts so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can use all this educational material that we've been developing for 20 years. And we love our Zoom meetings. So be prepared to meet your fellow classmates on Zoom. We just love gathering together, learning anatomy and physiology together, and having great, juicy discussions that range from emotional health to physical well-being to real life situations. So those calls are an absolute blast. On the other end of this, you get a certification, and then you go on to implement this in your career. Now, some people stay in their industry and simply become an industry leader by incorporating these holistic health principles in their line of work. This is Michelle Jorgensen. We absolutely revere this industry leader in biological dentistry. And she graduated from our program over 8 years ago, which was a pretty big turning point for her realizing she wanted to shift her dental clinic to be holistic. And we cannot say enough good things about what that does for not just business, but for your clients' lives and transformations. So if you're a dentist watching this, there's a ton for you to learn here as well, and I can't wait to get you connected to her. Lastly, if you want help with your business, we do help coach our clients in how to build an authentic business blueprint. Lastly, if you choose to go the route of building a career out of this, we provide coaching services to help you build and implement your authentic business blueprint. We help with marketing, sales, how to host in-person events if you want to do that, or just how to scale online, how to teach classes. Our business coaches have done over 20 million in sales, as well as run Facebook ads for years. And it's an incredible program to get you connected to all the business resources you need to succeed in this field. So right now, maybe you and your family are not where you want to be with your health, and that's okay. Maybe there's a problem you want to solve, but you don't know exactly how to execute your vision. Maybe you intuitively know that natural health works, but you don't know how to explain the science behind it yet. If you stick with us towards the end of this video and into our programs, we will show you the solution. Real quick, I have to answer an elephant in the room. How did we get to this point where natural medicine has been removed from our medical model, despite the fact that there are mountains of evidence that natural modalities work? Well, you might have seen my videos floating around TikTok where I talk about the 1910 Flexner Report. And at this period in history, the two largest investors in the pharmaceutical drug industry made a substantial donation to the American Medical Association and established a general education fund that would fund and accredit medical schools that agreed to comply with a report mandating that natural modalities be removed from medical school curriculum so that they could focus on the advancement of modern medicine, aka pharmaceutical drugs. And so this actually happened in one foul swoop back in 1910. Within years, we went from over 230 medical schools down to 60, and the only ones that could stay open were ones who agreed to remove natural modalities and focus on clinical trials. And so that is how we got to where we are today, where the United States of America is 4% of the world's population, and we consume 41% or more of the world's pharmaceutical drugs. Now, this isn't to say there's not a time and a place for modern medicine. There totally is. We are very grateful for modern medicine, and there's even quite a few pharmaceutical drugs that we think are fabulous. However, we have gotten to a situation where people are being deprived of natural health modalities that could save their life. Take Micah, for example. She said, "The doctors told me I was done for." She found Karen 6 months into chemotherapy. She said the doctors told her she had 3 months to live as the cancer had spread to her kidneys and liver. She met my mother, Karen, and those teachings gave her hope. She implemented what she learned. Fast forward 8 years, she now has the confidence and knowledge to make her own health decisions. She's able to help others. She says, "What do I have to say? I'm alive." So we love you, Micah, and we're so happy you're a part of our program. So it's time for you to feel confident in what you intuitively have known is right this whole time. Fill out the application below and book a call to speak with our team if our mission is in alignment with your mission. Now, at this point, you might be wondering, what is our course tuition? Well, for perspective purposes, if you were to go back to college to take this next step in your career, if you were to go around and interview all these different specialists to get their health knowledge, if you were to study at 5 or more different schools in order to acquire all the knowledge that we teach here under one roof, and if you were to try to do this on your own just through trial and error, I think we can all agree it would easily cost you well over $100,000, but it would still be worth it, right? The good news is our tuition is a fraction of the price because the internet has made world-class education more affordable than ever, and our mission is to reach millions of parents and professionals. So all you need to do is figure out what's the right program for you, and you can do that by chatting with someone on our team, and they'll direct you to either take a course for yourself in your personal health and family or go the professional route. In any case, thank you for your interest in spreading the cause of natural health, and I hope to see you on the inside.